Hello, this is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Here I am, it's sunny Florida. Actually, it's getting a little cloudy out. Temperature's probably a little humid, besides getting ready to rain from the storm coming in. And, you know, unexpectedly so. I know the storm, we're getting a big typhoon here coming in the Philippines. So something new, you know. So today I want to talk about banking in the Philippines. Should you have a bank account? I've actually done this one before, but I got an update. Should you have a bank account here in the Philippines, and should you not have a bank account here in the Philippines? And what is the best way to get your money? Well, in order to get a bank account, depending on the banks here in the Philippines, you can actually get an account here, but you need what they call an SRV, permanent type visa, or a 13A visa. Some of the smaller banks are actually, you get the visas depending on the amount of money you put in the bank, you can actually open up. But the new banking regulations at the bigger banks are stopping a lot of deposits. But on the big thing, it's actually no worry. For me, I just leave what little I do have. It's true. What little I do have, I keep it in U.S. I keep my money in the banks in the U.S. And the reason I do that is because it's easy for me to actually draw and get the money out of the bank here. You can easily send money to you by bank-to-bank transfer with with Western Union, MoneyGram, and things like that. And there are other means that you can actually use to actually get your money here. You can actually get your money here with PayPal. You can actually use Zoom. You can use PayPal. But the reason I'm doing this video is I had quite a few emails this morning asking about the banking systems here. Some of the people are having problems activating their accounts, getting their money out of their accounts, and things like that. You have to use your account at least 1 or 2 transactions a year, or they will shut it down. I don't care how much money's in there. My wife and I don't have a problem with it. She has an account. We keep money in there. She has a credit card. She needs something. She's going to buy something. She's never used it. My wife doesn't use credit cards. She uses credit cards like when she goes to town to pull money out of the bank. For us, for our bills, either she can use her own card or use my card, depending. And it makes it easier. You can actually go to any bank or BDO or any main branch, and I've even done the off branches and actually pull money out. So, and it's not that hard to do. A lot of people find that the transactions, they charge you $5 a transaction. But if you talk to your bank, and what I did, I talked to my bank, and they actually refund the $5 transaction because it's international. So I just pay whatever the rate is. Sometimes the rate is, I get $197 on 200, sometimes $195 on 200. I have been getting $193, $194 on 200, which is savings of $7. Right now I'm getting $197, so it's $3 and no charge. So I'm making $3 every time I pull out, how I look at it. A lot of people actually, you can actually send a bank-to-bank transfer up to like 5,000 Western Union. If you need more than that, there are ways that you can actually do that. When I bought this house, I just had the funds put into the account at Alibaba because they have what they call escrow accounts to protect your money. No different than transactions in the United States. Governed by actually a United States bank. In fact, they use Bank of America and they use the guidelines. Another thing you've got to realize here, and I want to give this update to you, my friend had a large sum of money in there. They only insure the accounts up to a certain amount of money, depending on what bank. I think the FDIC here is 500,000 peso. I could be wrong about that. I checked online. One bank says it's 500,000 they go to, but I think the Philippine banks, per their code, is 500,000 peso, which is 10,000 US dollars. They cover up to, but if you have more than that in a Philippine bank, it's not insured other than up to the 10,000. Of course, you know, U.S. It's actually, what is the FDIC? It's a large sum. $500,000. I mean, I don't know. I never had to worry about it because I never had enough money in the bank to worry about it, really. And what money is in there, you know as well as I do. It's in and out, in and out, in and out all the time. It is for me anyway. It's not like, but here also something I do want to say. You can actually use your credit card here. I've used my credit card here, making a purchase. We bought a motorcycle helmet for a friend of mine back 6 months ago. And I used it because I didn't have any cash on me, and it went through. I've used it at TGI Fridays. Some cases it will not go through, so just be prepared for the worst. Always keep a few thousand peso in reserve. Keep it in your wallet, keep it in your wife's wallet, whatever is easiest for you to have, because you never know when something may happen where you need that few thousand. It's always good to have a few thousand because banks here do run out of money. And what I mean by that is they have so many withdrawals sometimes that they actually run out of money and they're not able to fill them because when they order it, they don't order enough. It's just the way it is, because, as you know, 1,000 peso is $20, and you get multiple people, and that machine only holds so many stacks in there, that amount of money. So it's not like, and of course the line, you can have 10, 20, 30, and some banks have 100 to 200 in line getting their money because that's how they get paid. Dole pays by credit card. They just put the money on the card. They just go and they take that card as an employee, and they go to the bank and they pull out whatever money that they want to pull out and keep the rest in, and they pay all salaries. A lot of employers are doing that here. They're paying by credit card. And it's easy for them. They just load the credit card. They just go down there and load it. I think they just load it from the office. They had a machine. They just load it from the office, and it loads the amount of money that they need. And then the employee just goes to that particular bank, and they pull out whatever funds they want. And as you know, sometimes because it's all new, a lot of Filipino right now is adjusting to that and trying to understand the machines. And even myself, I'm finding that you have to go different machines different ways. You're going in checking or you're going in savings. They call savings separate than checking. And what I mean by that, sometimes the savings account here is a checking account. So you got to be careful what buttons you push. Checking here is savings. When you open up an account here, it's a savings account, not a checking account. So it really matters that way. But I wanted to do this video. I had some questions asked about it. So here you go. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Please hit like.